Straight ahead on News 4 Brockport, the Brockport Police Department is calling for students' help. Find out how you can help stop a potential threat to our campus.
Also, Brockport residents are speaking out about the changes being made to the canal. We'll give you a preview of the community meeting taking place in the village.
And Brockport students are lending a helping hand over spring break. See how Habitat for Humanity plans to make a change in Alabama. All this and more coming up. News 4 Brockport starts right now. Thanks for joining us. I'm Hannah Mao.
And I'm Terrence. We begin tonight with breaking news in Brockport. A former Brockport kindergarten teacher, Roland Yokel, pleaded guilty to child porn charges Tuesday afternoon. Yokel faces up to 20 years in prison. This guilty plea is following his arrest last year. Yokel had thousands of images of child porn on DVDs.
The Brockport Village Police are discussing new protocol following the Parkland, Florida shooting. Officers say they can patrol campus, but the most important part of keeping students safe is community policing.
If a student feels comfortable speaking with a police officer, or even they say something to their friend and their friend says, oh, go talk to this police officer, what would happen is they'd get the most information they could. They would investigate the person. It comes back to the student or the person in the community feeling comfortable with speaking with the police and letting them know what they see.
Kazupoli tells us that they do the best they can with the information they have. The Brockport Police Department also works very closely with both University Police and the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. They share information with each other and help each other out in any situation, no matter what it may be. News 4 Brockport is digging deeper into the safety of our campus in regards to guns. We will be bringing you a new series covering police protocol for this issue and much more, so stay tuned.
Speaking of safety on college campuses, Utica College was locked down Monday morning after a reported threat was made to the school. The school alerted the community about the threat on Twitter around 11 o'clock. According to WUTR-TV in Utica, 2 phone calls were made to the school threatening to take some sort of action at the Gordon Science Center. School officials described the calls as real and credible. All classes were canceled and students were instructed to lock their doors and stay inside. The lockdown was lifted around 5:30 and the investigation is still ongoing.
The Erie Canal is getting a necessary facelift and some community members are outraged. The Canal Corporation started a program to fix the raised embankments along the canal. Trees and vegetation need to be removed to stabilize the embankment. However, members of the community believe a fix to the problem isn't as urgent as it's been made out to be. Parrington residents had an opportunity to voice concerns at a meeting in January where members said the state should be able to remove only the problem trees. Members of the Brockport community had their chance to speak out on Tuesday's public meeting at Oliver Middle School.
Some students for spring break are either going on vacation or going back home. Habitat for Humanity is providing an alternative option. The club's purpose is to give back to the community in any way they can, but specifically helping low-income families. One way they have been doing this is their annual spring break build. News 4's Brockport has the story on the group's anticipation of the upcoming event.
We're going to Birmingham, Alabama for the week. So we're leaving on Saturday and we're going to be building from Monday to Friday. So we just go down there and we build a home. It's going to probably be anywhere, they told us it's a whole of 4 counties that we might be building at. So it's just, we're going down to build.
The main goal is pretty much just to do our part in the community. It seems like a lot of work, but it really is rewarding. The community service aspect of it is truly what you get out of it is you're literally giving back to the community that pretty much has helped you. So.
The club says it is a really fun time when they go to these different locations on-site and off, but the reason for their trip is clear and that they are trying to lend a helping hand. If you want to get involved, they meet every Monday at 7:30 p.m. in the Union Square, or you can contact them through their social media. I actually spoke to the vice president and president of Habitat for Humanity, and they are super duper psyched to go down there. So, and just give back to their community. So,
right,
it's going to be a great time.
Yeah, it's a great trip to get involved in.
Definitely. I might even
Good
think
opportunity.
about doing it next year.
Hey, there you go. There you go. Students are preparing for life in the real world, and Career Services is helping them get there. Last week's Career Fair warm-up event gave students the chance to have their resumes and cover letters reviewed, practice their interviewing skills, and pick out a professional outfit to wear. Students who attended told us events like these are helping them in the steps towards their future.
Anywhere from knowing how to get business cards to be made, preparing my elevator speech, and to drinking some really great hot chocolate. But I like to think there's always room for improvement, so why not start today?
Career Services has been holding a series of events leading up to today's Jobs and Internships Fair to get students ready to talk to future employers. News 4 Brockport attended the fair and will have that story for you after spring break.
Brockport students had a second chance at love last Wednesday at Brockport Beat's first ever speed dating event. Brockport Beat is a student-run alternative news source that includes articles on news, campus life, and sports. You can learn more about them at brockportbeat.com.
Speaking of dating, this past Thursday, members of Greek Life here on campus participated in a date auction. All of the proceeds of the event went to support ANAD, School and College Readiness and the Ability Experience.
We have put together a date auction, and it's a collaboration between Delta Phi Epsilon, Phi Sigma Sigma, and Pi Kappa Phi in order to raise money for our 3 philanthropies.
Pi Kappa Phi has a national philanthropy called the Ability Experience, which is dedicated to helping people with disabilities across the country. I went to a leadership conference in Pittsburgh over winter break for the fraternity, and they came up with the idea, and I thought it would be a really good success here.
Members of Greek organizations on campus volunteered to be auctioned off at the event. Other students were then able to donate money in exchange for Monopoly money to pay for a date with the Greek. There was also a performance from Brockport's very own a cappella group, Brockapella. The Greek organizations will be holding other events throughout the semester to continue awareness for the different philanthropies.
I think that was just such a great idea for Greek Life to do. You know what I mean? Hey, you meet somebody cute and then you're also, giving back to the community. I mean, it works hand in hand. I don't know. What about you?
Exactly. Well, I think giving back to the community is definitely a big factor to doing something so, involved in the community in general. So it's great to get everyone involved.
Definitely so. And they did that. Well, that's all the time that we have for News 4 Brockport. I'm Terrence Dickey.
And I'm Hannah Mao. Thanks for joining us.